Hey there, this is your Lionsgate 8/8/25 reading. The collective energy that is coming in here today. It seems like you guys feel like you've almost lost hope. You feel like you're doubting your path, or you've lost faith in yourself or others. Maybe even in spirit itself. It feels like you feel like you've been giving too much without receiving replenishment in return, or having enough time to rest in return. I feel like you need to reclaim your faith, collective. Spirit wants to encourage you to revive your spiritual connection. Heal those emotional and energetic wounds that you're carrying, and understand that everybody feels disconnected at times, but it does not mean that you need to lose hope. Sometimes spirit is just quiet because it gives you more time that you can reflect inwardly on yourself without all of the noise of downloads and spiritual ascensions and all of that. Sometimes we just need to sit and be with ourselves. This is a reminder that you have ancestral support, you have family support out there, you have the ability to build a long-term legacy. It's time that you reconnect with who you are. It's time that you reconnect with how you feel abundant in life and your family life. It's time for you, collective, to release the past grief that you're carrying, any of the guilt, any of the regrets. Focus on the blessings that still remain with you today. You have a bunch of opportunities, and it seems like there's so much smoke and mirrors that are clouding your judgment for some reason, but don't get lost in those illusions. Choose with discernment so that you can choose wisely. But don't let yourself get overwhelmed by the amount of choices that are available to you. And I know that might seem easier said than done, but practicing discernment is just like using a muscle. It needs to be practiced so it can get stronger. Sometimes our gut instinct can throw us off because we interpret nervousness with anxiety or fear instead of excitement and uncertainty. So maybe even using pro and con lists for situations, but don't let yourself fall into the habit of not making a decision just because you feel like you're making the wrong one. Trust yourself to be able to recover, even if it is something that ends up being a flop. It's time that you plan for expansion. You're being urged to step into a new direction, and it's going to require some very bold vision and action. If you're hesitating, then use that time of pause to be dreaming at least. But don't use it as a way of postponing. You need to learn how to work on a team, collective. I feel like this collective may have a little bit of trouble working on a team, to collaborate, to build, to see a vision and actually have it turn out into your reality. But you're not meant to rise alone. We are not meant to be alone. You need to allow yourself to find your tribe, find those people that get you. There's billions of people in the world, and there's so many different mentors out there and co-creators and friends and lovers and options. But you have to let yourself step out of your comfort zone to find them. Don't let your own emotional immaturity be something that holds you back. Cultivate, learn, grow, understand your emotions so that you can mature them instead of trying to disconnect them. It's time that you balance your head with your heart so that you can actually feel safe in your emotional feelings. Instead of trying to run away from them, trying to suppress them, trying to get rid of them, trying to detach from them, that's not emotional maturity. That is emotional immaturity. And that's not going to help you to find your success and happiness. Study your emotions as if they are actual things instead of feelings. Think about what they would look like. Think about what they are. Think about why they are there for you at that moment. Think about why they are not something that you need to keep for any longer than what you choose to. Because emotions are fluid, and so are you. You need to remember this. So you stop flipping over your cup out of disappointment and spilling out all of your fluid. Because that just leaves you dry, angry, and bitter. This collective may have had issues with drinking, maybe, or some type of other substances, or even being manipulative with your emotions. If this is not you, it could be the person that you're dealing with who's close to you. So wake up to what they are doing. If they are being manipulative towards you, it's time that you look for those reasons and understand the actions. Do not allow yourself to be abused. I'm seeing that this collective is very defensive, and you may be feeling even spiritually attacked or even overwhelmed, and it's time that you let go of needing to prove yourself. There is nobody that you need to prove yourself to except for yourself. And you're your hardest critic. So that's going to be a pretty hard job on its own, but it'll keep you busy. But if you use other people's judgments as your way of distracting from looking at yourself, it just causes you to be defensive, and you spend too much time arguing over what you're trying to show them that you aren't actually showing them. You get what I mean? Like, if you spend all of your time trying to find a way to actually prove yourself to people, then you're not going to actually be able to be doing any of the actions that will prove it. It looks like you are going to be needing to work on boundaries over this. When you start feeling yourself getting defensive, put that guard down. You don't need to defend who you are. You're already yourself. If somebody doesn't see you for who you are, that's up to them. You don't need to keep somebody around you that's making you feel miserable, or that's making you doubt yourself. And you don't need to be anybody else other than who you actually are and who you choose to evolve into. Also, it's time that you collective balance your giving with your receiving and stop overextending where it's not going to be something that you gain anything in return with. It's time that you really, truly look out for yourself first. I am seeing that there is a definite sign of a cold or detachment, and maybe even intellectual pride or illogical thinking. And for this, it could be you, or it could be somebody more likely a masculine that you would be dealing with, but it's not healthy to be suppressing emotions to overcompensate with logic. However, you need to use your emotions in a way that you can express them logically, because overreacting is not logical. It doesn't get you heard. It makes the other person shut down too quickly, and it causes conflict or a power dynamic where you don't need to have one. There is an inner conflict and a lot of toxicity that is needing to be addressed on the inside that is then getting reflected on the outside. And it's time that you need to release your need to be right or to win. It's not about winning or losing. It's about thriving. It's about feeling good about what you did. I feel like this collective is letting avoidance keep you stuck. And there is definitely a decision that needs to be made, and you need to see the truth even if it's uncomfortable. Heartbreaks and betrayals and grief are still something that you might be dealing with, and it's okay. But don't let that pain cause you to make choices that might not be congruent with the truth that you actually feel is your actual truth. Your divine feminine wants to rise. She wants to create. She wants to reconnect with your body and your creativity. She wants self-love. It's time to trust. Begin a fresh beginning. Take that leap of faith through this portal, through Lionsgate, while it is open, so you can open up a new timeline and a new experience for you. You've been stuck and resisting for so long. It is now time to let go and actually trust in the divine timing of things. Do not let your fear and anxiety or shame resurface and cause illusions of yourself or of your reality or of your truth. Let this gate, the Lion's Gate, be your portal out of your nightmares into your future, into your dreams. You're not broken. You are becoming. Let go of whatever needs to be released. Align your truth and your actions with your soul purpose. Take that leap of faith. Allow yourself to birth your actual divine feminine. Trust your higher self, even if it's hard to hear. Even if you feel like your higher self is quiet and not talking, sometimes the answer is found in the silence. When you can't get over something, it's time that you go through it. Because trying to go around it will just cause you to be stalled from the obstacle. It's time that you restore your balance between giving and receiving, for love, for actions, for charity, for everything. It's okay to accept love. It's okay to be loved. And it's also okay to give it. So let go of any of those fears. Let go of that overthinking. Let go of that emotional isolation. And understand that your heart is healing. And you deserve abundance. You have a beautiful future ahead of you. It's time that you accept it and you welcome it and you start building it. I hope this was helpful. Love and light. Make sure that you like, comment if it resonated, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my comment section later. Bye.